Grr. Uh, Hey, this is Summerwolf, and I'm here to tell you my top 10 favorite Kanto Pokemon. Keep in mind that this is just my opinion, and you might agree and you might not. So just sit back and enjoy the video. Butterfree. Yes, Butterfree. That adorable butterfly that everybody can't get enough of. Every time I played one of the original games, I would always catch a Caterpie and it would be the first Pokemon I evolved. I can't even get through one of those games without having a Butterfree in my team. So Butterfree isn't my favorite Kanto Pokemon, but it definitely deserves a spot on this list. Pidgeot. Like most people, when they play a Pokemon game, they always have a flying type. When others were evolving their Spearows, I was evolving my Pidgey. Regarding the fact that Pidgeot just looks awesome, I've always felt a little accomplished that I trained a level 5 Pidgey into a level 50 Pidgeot. So I'd be lying if I didn't put Pidgeot on this list. Mew. I know what you're thinking. How could I put Mew so low on this list? Well, this list isn't about cuteness. I've always loved Mew, especially in the first movie. It's just so adorable and mysterious. I mean, if I ever saw Mew in real life, I'll just hug him and hug him and hug him. I mean, how do you look at this face and not put it on your favorites list? Dragonair. Yeah, I prefer Dragonair than Dragonite, although I've never had the patience to actually train a Dratini. I've always loved dragons, and Dragonair is just a beautiful water dragon. At least that's what I call it. And with me being a huge fan of mythology, Dragonair has to be on this list. Raichu. Yes, Raichu, not Pikachu. I have always been a big fan of Raichu. This electric mouse is my favorite electric Pokemon. Raichu not only has an awesome design, but he's also a major powerhouse for any team. I always look for a Pikachu when I first start my game, just so I can have a Raichu for my team. Arcanine. What can I say about Arcanine? I just love this fire dog. Arcanine was originally going to be a legendary, but it got replaced with Moltres. But it's always going to be a legendary to me. Plus, Arcanine is based on a mystical creature called the Shisa. I probably pronounced that wrong. And as I said earlier, big fan of mythology. So, I guess you can kind of put that together. Eevee. I bet you saw this coming. This adorable fox evolves into many different awesome Pokemon. But since I love all the evolutions, I decided to just stick with Eevee. I wish I was able to get more than one Eevee in the games, but since I can't, well, I'm just lucky I can get at least one. Mewtwo. My number one favorite legendary Pokemon. Mewtwo has the best origin story of all the legendaries, in my opinion. Having to deal with the fact that he's just a clone, trying to be controlled by humans. All he wanted was to be accepted as a regular born Pokemon, but by being a clone, that's a bigger challenge than it seemed. When I went to capture Mewtwo, I always got excited, even though I used a Master Ball. But hey, who didn't? Charizard. I bet you all were waiting for which starter I'd choose. And yeah, I know Charizard is way overused, but Charmander was the first starter Pokemon I ever chose. Who wouldn't want a fire dragon in their team? The only problem I had with choosing a fire starter is that there were so many fire Pokemon in Kanto already, and not enough grass and water types. But that didn't stop me. The reason Charizard isn't number one is because there's a Pokemon that I love even more. And here it is. Ninetales. Yes, Ninetales. With my love for fire Pokemon, and foxes, and mythology, Ninetales has to take the number one spot. In my opinion, Ninetales is one of the most beautiful Pokemon out of all of them. I really love how there's a curse with Ninetales that if you pull one of its tails, you'll be cursed for 1,000 years. If I ever met a Ninetales, I wouldn't pull its tails, but I would definitely feel accomplished. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment telling me your favorite Kanto Pokemon or any Pokemon in general. Bye!